And we're back to our daily segment of Michelle Obama's terrible, terrible life. Boo effing who. She went on a podcast called Diary of a CEO. It's kind of rings a bell like a founder kind of situation. And once again, wants you to know how awful it is to be married with children.
There are just many natural reasons why marriage, infertility, trying to have kids makes things difficult. It's like I try to tell couples, of course it's hard. Just listen to what I said, right? Like it's probably, if you're having some issues in your marriage, it's not you, it's the process of marriage. It's just all hard because guess what happens when it all works out right? You know what you end up with? Babies. Little people with their own sense of everything. They mess you up. You love them dearly, but they're a hassle.
What? I mean, there's something wrong with this person. Like, she's seriously depressed. She has the most negative, dark outlook on life I've ever heard from a public figure. Certainly one who's been given so much. Okay, her window into motherhood and having a child, the first thing she says, they mess you up. They mess you up. Maybe that's what happened to her. Maybe she was totally delightful before the two daughters came along. I don't know. She clearly is not enjoying motherhood and enjoying being in a marriage. Even less. It's not you if things get hard. It's all hard. It's all hard. This is so backward. I have news for you. I've been married twice, and I get along with my ex-husband. But I can tell you that in my marriage to Doug, which is now in year 18, it's not hard at all. It's totally delightful. If you marry the right person, and by the way, my ex-husband is happily married now too. If you marry the right person, it's not hard. You don't talk about it this way. It's not to say you never have a hard spot, but she talks about like the whole institution is a nightmare. Poor Michelle Obama. And then you have the babies and they mess you up. They F up a mother. I mean, this woman needs an intervention. She needs our help. Okay, and that's not all. She can't make fun of herself. This has been obvious for years. She's incapable of laughing at her own expense, which is an absolutely dreadful quality in a person. Like, I don't think I could hire a person who works for me who doesn't have that ability. I think it's a sign of intelligence when you can, and it's definitely a sign that you have a strong id. Like, you know who you are, and you cannot be easily moved off of that by detractors or anyone else. You have a strong moral core. She doesn't have it. That's why she's so thin-skinned. That's why she hates America. That's why she's obsessed with us being a racist country. Hates America. That's my opinion. Seems clear based on her many statements. It makes perfect sense because she doesn't believe in herself. She's got absolutely no self-confidence. That's why she called her book Becoming. Nobody with actual self-confidence would have to tell us how becoming she is. Like, it's not what you do. And so here's a second soundbite. This one is from Amy Poehler's podcast just a couple of days ago, May 13th, on the rules between Michelle and Barack and also brother Craig.
What I like about you and what I feel like is your family is like teasing is your love language.
Oh, for sure.
Same.
For sure.
Can you explain how important it is to be able to tease people that you love?
Oh, my God. This is funny because both Barack and Craig will say that I don't let them tease me. See, we have a deal, Barack and I, in our marriage, and it started very early. It's like, I can tease you, but you cannot tease me. You know, so when he does, I was like,
it's not funny.
Wait a minute. What's going on here? And he's like, I'm teasing you, right? And I was like, none of that.
Because he likes to tease.
Oh, my God, yeah. But when me, Malia, and Sasha all of us are together, he doesn't stand a chance. We mercilessly go after him.
I believe that. I have no doubt you do, because you do it publicly whenever you can. When was the last time you said anything kind about him? Like, it's a 99-to-1 ratio in your public comments. So that's their rule. She and her daughters can tease him mercilessly, and he is not allowed to say anything about becoming over there on the other side of the couch. Only compliments allowed. Only praise. And by the way, I got a tip for you. Pro tip, Barack. It'll never be enough. It doesn't matter how much praise you heap on her. Could praise everything. Could praise these ridiculous hairstyles she's wearing. The Stegosaurus cuts that she's getting with her 3 bumps on the back of her head, or the weird little pigtails up here. It'll never be enough because she's not fill-upable. Because look at her extraordinary life. Look where life took her. And she's still bitter. She's pissed. She had to pay for the groceries in the White House. She's pissed. She had her own plane, and so did you. But she had to pay the equivalent of a plane ticket for her daughters when she traveled with them. She had to buy for her groceries, just like literally everybody, including, you think of somebody like J.D. Vance's mom, Beverly, with a 10-year heroin addiction. Nobody was paying for her groceries. Maybe the public taxpayer paid a little. But everybody pays for their lives, Michelle. You're not unique in that way. You are unique in that your husband was elected president. You were made first lady. You had nearly universal approval. We put you in a 55,000 square foot mansion, gave you a full staff of people, chauffeurs, drivers, motorcades with armed guards everywhere you went, an 18 or 19 acre estate around you with a rose garden whenever you wanted to go and stop and smell them. But you never did. You were too bitter, having a bitter party of one. That's your problem. You were too busy with your bitterness. And it's obvious, to the point where you can't even have somebody take a fun pot shot at you because your thin skin can't handle it. My next pro tip is for you, Michelle Obama, to go back into the private life you were living. Your Like Me and Relate to Me tour is failing, as is your podcast. And I think you benefited from the, idea of like the mystery around you, the image that was curated by you and your people. And you're suffering right now from the adage, familiarity breeds contempt. I know I'm feeling it. Good luck. This July, speaking of resets, there's a global summit of BRICS nations in Rio. This bloc of emerging superpowers, including China, Russia, India, and Iran, are meeting with the goal of displacing the U.S. dollar as the global currency. They're calling this the Rio Reset. As BRICS nations push forward with their plans, some worry global demand for U.S. dollars will decrease, bringing down the value of dollars in your savings. While this transition will not happen overnight, the Rio Reset could mark a pivotal moment. So learn if diversifying your savings into gold is right for you. Birch Gold Group can help you move your hard-earned savings into a tax-sheltered IRA in precious metals. Claim your free info kit on gold by texting MK to the number 989898. With an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, let Birch Gold arm you with a free, no-obligation info kit on owning gold before July and the Rio Reset. Text MK to 989898 today. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.